Back everyone, in this lesson we will continue working with the animations, and after that we will create this boxed slide layout. So first of all we have to finish those animations for our welcome slide design. So as you can see, both of the titles are animated and the logo as well. So let's continue with that. So let's go to animations. As you can see, currently the logo is animated, so let me just delete it. Let's delete this animation so that we can start everything from scratch. So first let's select our presentation subtitle. Let's go to animations. Let's choose fly in animation, direction, from top. Let's make it start with previous, duration 2 seconds. And in the effect options, let's add 1.5 seconds for the bounce end. This will add a beautiful bouncing end to this subtitle. This is how it looks like. And now we can copy this animation from the presentation subtitle to the rest of the elements. Just use the animation painter. You can double click on the animation painter to make it fixed. And once you're done, just click again on the animation painter. So this is how everything is looking. So we can add a little bit of delay for the title and for the logo. So for the title, let's add a delay of 0.1 seconds, and for the logo, 0.2 seconds. So this adds a little bit of delay and makes this animation a little bit more interesting. Alright, so now let's continue with the boxed slide layout. So let's just go to Slide Master. Here we have our slide layouts. So we have the blank one and the welcome slide. So let's just duplicate the welcome slide and let's rename it. And let's call it, for example, boxed layout. Alright, now we can turn on the grid. We can turn on the guides. And now we just have to reduce the size of this full screen image placeholder so that it touches the inside of our margin. So basically we have to leave this one empty row or column around the corners of the slide, just like that. This will help us to create this kind of, boxed layout. Alright, and we are pretty much finished. So let's just turn off the guides. We can duplicate the first slide. And now for the second slide, we can choose our newly created boxed layout. Skadoosh. So let's just delete the gradient, and as you can see, the image placeholder is boxed. That's awesome. Let's just send it to back so that we can see our titles. Wonderful. And we can switch back to welcome slide layout if we want, and we can switch again to boxed layout if we want. So that's how easy it is. Let's make sure just that we send the photo to back. And of course we can copy the gradient and paste it right here as well. Let's just make sure that we resize the gradient so that it has the same size as our image placeholder. And in the selection pane, let's just drag this gradient below the titles. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And of course, if you want, you can always adjust the gradient. You can change the colors of the color stops. And we can play with the transparency options. So let's make this color in the center more transparent so that we can see through the background image. And let's make it fun, and let's just change our photo inside of the image placeholder so that it's a little bit different from our first slide. And now let's just send the photo to back, and let's just align our gradient to the center and middle of the slide. Alright, so this is how it looks like. Awesome. Awesome presentation. And as you can see, we still have to add these slide numbers and a footer and add a little bit of shadow. So let me show you how we can add these modern looking slide numbers and footer. Alright, so for that let's go to Slide Master. And we will have to work on the slide master level at this top slide because we want to do some changes that will be visible on all our slide layouts. So let's grab this box. This box is responsible for the slide numbers. Let's turn on the guides and let's grab and drag this box to the bottom left corner of the slide, and let's resize this box so that it basically gets this square shape, just like that. Alright, let's center align the text, and let's make sure we choose Montserrat 7 bold for the font. Let's add font size of 20. Alright, font color black, and let's add a white fill for this text box. Okay, and now for the shadow, let's add a subtle shadow. So let's go to shadow options. So first of all, let's choose this preset called offset right. Right, for the transparency, let's add 8%. For the blur, 50 points. Angle 315 and distance 20 points. That's wonderful. Alright, now let's do the footer. So let's just grab the footer box. Let's rotate it to the left side, just like that. Right, once again, let's set the font to Montserrat. Font size 20. Font color black. Alright, and let's give it a white fill color. So for the width, let's make sure that we drag this footer box so that it has the width of the margin. And for the height, let's make sure it has 4 rows of height, just like that. And let's do the same shadow as we did for the slide number box. Alright, and as you can see, the slide numbers and the footer is visible on all of the slide layouts. So that's awesome. Alright, now let me show you how we can change our footer. So let's just go to Insert, Header and Footer. And here, below the footer, let's type in anything that we want. For example, awesome template, and hit Apply to All. And now as you can see, all of the slide layouts has our slide numbers and footer. That's awesome. Alright, so let's check it out how everything looks in the normal view. And as you can see, we have our beautiful slide number with soft shadow applied to the second slide. As well, we can see the footer, so that's awesome. But sometimes you might want to switch off the slide numbers and a footer, so you can go to Header and Footer and just click these checkboxes, and this way you can hide the numbers and footers in case you don't want them. Alright, so that was it for this lesson.